What's going on, guys? Josh here from Momentum Productions, and today I'm going to show you how to get perfect exposure using an ND filter and the Zhiyun Crane 2 gimbal. Yes, this gimbal is making a comeback because I still use it almost every shoot, and it so far has been the most reliable gimbal I have used. So if you're interested in the equipment that I'm using in this video, check out the links for them in the description box below. I'm actually using the Peter McKinnon Polar Pro ND filter. This is the 6-stop filter, 82mm, and I'm using their step-up ring. Now the whole trick is that we are going to be rigging up the follow focus motor here from the Crane 2 gimbal to the ND filter, and this is going to allow us to get perfect exposure when we're going from outside to inside whenever we have massive exposure changes. And this is specifically meant for variable ND filters. So this won't work on, let's say, a fixed ND because we need a rotatable ring, and this will of course allow you to change the exposure. We will be able to adjust the exposure using the follow focus dial onto the Crane 2 gimbal. Now if you have any other gimbal, this will definitely work as long as you have that follow focus ring and that follow focus motor. Now this is how it's done. I'm using a Zeiss 16-35mm lens. I used a step-up ring and went up to an 82mm ND filter. I then attached the rubberized gear right onto the ND ring. You want to make sure that the gear is nice and tight. That way it will grip on properly and we won't have any problems with the gear slipping. Begin balancing the gimbal, and then rebalance if necessary when you attach the focus motor. Using the included rails, attach it to the gimbal and then place your follow focus motor right onto the rail and tighten it up. Position it in a way so it doesn't collide with your lens or get in the way of your shooting. Make sure that the sprocket on the follow focus motor fits perfectly right onto the follow focus gear ring. Also, you want to make sure that this little nudge here on the ring where it closes off is far away from the follow focus sprocket. That way it won't interfere with your shooting. Once everything is secured and good and tight, connect the follow focus motor to the Crane 2 gimbal. If you have a tough time balancing and you can't get enough weight to the front of your camera or to the back, use a mini ball head like this one here and attach any accessory like a light. And actually I attached it to the pitch motor of the gimbal. That way I can have more weight to the front, and that will help out the motors and produce smoother shots. This is going to be very, very handy. Just this simple tool, this mini ball head, will save you a lot of time. So if you want something like this, check out the link for it down below. They're very cheap, and I suggest you get maybe 3 or 4 of them. After that's been attached, we need to program the A and B points. A and B points prevent us from over torquing the gears on both the follow focus motor and the gear ring. All we have to do is go into the gimbal's menu, go down to wheel, select AB point, then turn the follow focus dial to the beginning position of the ND filter. This is usually when it's wide open, so we get the most amount of light in. Then press the right button on the dial. Once the check mark appears, we can program the B point. Now turn the follow focus dial so that the ND filter goes to its darkest point. Then program the B point by pressing on the right button on the dial. Now you won't be able to over torque the gears, and you have a perfectly set up ND filter that's electronically controlled by your gimbal. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you're interested in the gear that I used in this video, check out the links for them in the description box below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!